Hi everyone, this is Diecast channel, and in this video I'm going to show you this 1973 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. So if you like those muscle cars, please see this entire video and subscribe my channel and click the bell for news. And also don't forget to give me your like, your thumbs up at the end of the video. So let's unbox it and take a better look at it. Let's go. And here we have the Trans Am, one of the most successful Pontiacs of all times, and this is 1973. And this car has got a 455 SD, which is probably a Super Duty engine, which used to develop 250 horsepower at the time. One thing that's very interesting about this car is in 1973 several American cars had those very strong bumpers in the front because of legislation, and this car had this particular front at first without a bumper, but probably this part here, this nose here, was made of that special kind of rubber, just like that one used in 1969 Pontiac GTO, that had some sort of impact absorption. I don't know exactly the story of this car and concerning American legislature, but it was a very unique and nice car. This body style was from 1970 to 1973. In 1974 the front was quite different, with a slope here in the front and more reinforced bumpers. So let's take a glance at this car and look at the interior. And as we open the door, which opens with pretty common hinges but with a very nice opening, we can see the seats, the bucket seats, and the back seats, which are made in white. Probably could be leather seats in the original car, and they tilt. And as we look at the floor, we can see the carpet is simulated by a flat black piece of plastic, and the central console, it's made in a little satin black piece of plastic. We have the mechanical transmission, the stick shift, steering wheel, and the gauges, which are pretty nice. This dashboard was very complete for that year. The doors open and close correctly. The handle is a separate piece. The mirrors are correct in the right proportion. The trim is all made here in a cast-in metal, so this can be further detailed with paint, just like the trim around the rear window. The rear deck is pretty much correct, and the trunk lid doesn't open. We have the tail lights, which are correct, just missing a little bit the chrome here. They are a little bit worn out since this model is quite old. It's not old in my collection, but it's a quite old model, a quite old line by ERTL. Rear blinkers, the honeycomb alloy wheels, which look very nice with those wide oval Firestone tires, both in the rear and in the front. This air outlet right here, and the blinkers in the front bumper, as well as here below the front, the headlights. We have those headlights with those small picks in here, which are for they're fastened into the body, but they're okay. They quite remind of light bulbs. Hood opens and closes correctly. We have a little gap here, but that's because of a mold. The grill mesh is pretty much correct, although it's not a grill, it's really a mesh simulation. We have an air intake right here on the front spoiler, below the grill, and the front license plate, Michigan license plate. As we pop the hood open, we can see this very nice 455 engine, which used to develop 250 horsepower at the time. We see the hoses, the air hose and the water hose, the radiator, the alternator, the brake system, the engine bay itself, the front panel, and the hood, which is painted in flat black inside. This hood scoop here, which is pretty much correct, and very nice engine bay, really, with separate parts. They're not so fancy, but they're quite well made. And as we open the driver's door, we can take a better look at the steering wheel, which was a sports steering wheel at the time. The pedals right there. We have the gas, brake and clutch, and the parking brake pedal right there. The door panels, which are pretty much correct, with a crank for the windows, and the mirror adjustment and the lock right here. Look very nice. And as we look at the bottom of the car, we can see that that piece of plastic ERTL usually makes, the steering system which works, suspensions which actually don't work but they are very well simulated with different pieces, drive shaft, the engine and tranny which are in a pretty much correct color. The engine is blue and the tranny is silver. The mufflers are made in black, they could be silver, but this is a part that can be taken off and painted later, so this could be alright. We can see this is a very nice model car, and really a nice model car to have in a die-cast muscle car collection, especially if you are a Pontiac admirer. So I'd like to thank you for all views, for all likes and comments, for all subscriptions. Please don't forget to give me your thumbs up, to subscribe my channel, to click the bell for news, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.